Hello guys, good morning, and myself Bhumi Patel. Today we are discussing the overview of our subjects, means which type of topics we have to learn in this C programming. Okay, so first here you can see the image of computer. So you guys understand very well what is computer. It's one machine that performs some task, okay, like addition you can do multiple things with this computer. So it's nothing but the combination of hardware and software. Okay, you can see the keyboard, mouse, all the things that are attached with the computer, and this is, we can say, the hardware. So it's nothing but the physical part of computer. Second is a software that is installed in our computer. Okay, so software is nothing but what? It's a set of program. And how you can communicate with this computer? So for that, the person have to connect with them. Okay, and obviously the person knowing the English, Gujarati, some languages. Okay, but to communicate with the computer, we are using some programming languages like C, C++, Java. Okay, but that language is not understood by our computer, by our machine. So what we have to do? We have to transfer this programming language into the machine level, because our computer understand only the binary language, that is the combination of zeros and ones. Okay, so this type of basic things we have to learn first, like what is hardware, software, types of languages. Okay, then after we have to move onwards with our C programming. So here I have taken one simple program for doing the addition. Okay, so void main is there. So main is nothing but one inbuilt function to execute any C program. Okay, and then after int stands for data type. So there are lots of data types available. Int is used to store decimal value without floating, okay, like 10, 20. But suppose you want to store 20.5 in one variable, then you have to choose the second data type like float. Then after int, the a equals 10 is there. So a is nothing but one variable to store some values. Okay, b equals 20 is again one variable, and third variable is c. So how you can store data in memory? Just see below. A is stored inside one box, that is our memory. Okay, that is 10. Value of a is 10. Then after b is 20. So that value is stored. And now the next line is what? C equals a plus b. Meaning is what? Here we are doing the addition using one operator plus. So again, in a C language there are lots of operators available, like for addition, for checking the condition. Okay, so in details we will learn after that. So C equals a plus b indicates what? The value of a and value of b will be added and it will be stored in variable c. So here you can see the output C equals 30. Obviously you are getting that output, and the printf statement is nothing but to print something on our console, on our output screen. So here the message is just like addition equals %d. %d is nothing but one control string for integer kind of data. Okay, and which value you want to print? The value of variable c. So I have mentioned that comma c. Clear? So this type of problem you can create using this C language. Now move to the next part. After creating simple program, suppose I want to add more inside my program, then there are two different types of statements. First I am discussing here conditional statements. So obviously right now the scenario is related to the corona, and everywhere where you are going the temperature is tested. Okay, so if your temperature is less than 100, that indicates what? You are safe. But suppose it is above 100, that indicates you have some symptoms of corona. Okay, so this type of programming how you can do? Using these conditional statements. And how you can write the program? Just see here below, if and else part. So if is nothing but true part of condition, and second else is a false part. So here I have mentioned that condition if, then inside bracket temperature less than 100, then the true part is executed like you are safe, clear, and else part is nothing but you have a symptoms of COVID. But this conditional statement is executed only one time, but suppose you want to repeat for more person, then you have to switch over to the next part, that is looping statement. Okay. There are lots of loops available in our C programming. Right now I have used here the for loop. So for have some syntax like I equals 1 or person equals 1. So it started with 1 person, second person, third, fourth, up to the condition that is person less than equals 4. So it executes 4 times and checks one by one. Clear? So when your condition is number of times, when you want to repeat something more times, you have to use this looping statement. Now move to the next part. After looping, we have to create our program with array. Array is what? First. So suppose you are using one variable integer a, then a store only the single value. Clear? Here I am using 10. But suppose you want to store inside a more than one value, then how you can write? That depends on this concept array. Okay. So here the definition you can see, array is nothing but the collection of elements, okay, that having same data type. Now move to the related topic, that is string. So string we can say like it's a character array. So it's a part of array we can say. And why we use string? So instead of integer digit value, suppose you want to store alphabet inside your array, then you have to use this. So here character C equals X. That indicates what? Now inside variable C you can store the alphabet. Okay, here single value you can store because it's not an array. So you have to use array concept for multiple value. So string is that is a collection of multiple characters. Clear? Now there are lots more inbuilt functions available for a string like strlen to find the length, strcmp to compare the string, and much more. Okay. So I hope you are clear with this concept. Now move to the very most important part, that is function. Function is totally different. Okay. How? Suppose you have written all the logic inside the void main, okay, and there are thousands of lines in your coding and you want to find the errors, then it becomes complex. Okay. So what we are doing now, we are dividing our whole program into number of parts, and that parts is nothing but our function. Okay. So function is divided in a two category. First is a inbuilt function, second is a user defined function. So inbuilt function is known as library functions that are available in our C programming. Okay. So the example just like strlen, strcmp that I have discussed, that are already available, just we have to use. But suppose your user have to create its own function, then it's possible with this function. Okay. How you can create? So for that just I have mentioned one calculator as an example. Calculator has so many functionality like addition, subtraction, multiplication, sine, cos, all the things. So this addition is nothing but one part, one module. Okay. Then subtraction is another part. So this part how you can create in your program, that is known as function. So here the definition you can find, it's a self-contained block of code that perform some specific task like square root, like sine, cos, all the things. Clear? Now move to the next one, that is structure. Now why we require this structure concept? So as I have discussed the array, it has one limitation. You can gather multiple things but with the same data type. Okay. But suppose you want to gather multiple items with a different data types, then it's not possible with array, and for that we have to use this structure concept. So here you can find the image. We are gathering integer value, we are gathering float and character, multiple kind of data inside one box. That is our structure. Clear? So the definition is just like it's a collection of multiple data items. Clear? Move to the last part of our programming, that is pointer. So pointer is nothing but what? It stores the address, not the value. Right now we are doing what? A equals 10 means A is one variable that stores the value, but now our thinking is different. We want to store the address. So how you can do? Using this concept pointer. Just see video. Here the bank is there, and inside bank the locker system is there. So each and every locker has some unique number, okay, and using that you can access it. So that number is maintained in one register, okay, and that register is nothing but the address of that locker, that is known as pointer. So this is the brief idea about the C programming, how you can understand or you can create the program using C. I hope you are clear with these ideas. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any query, you can contact anytime.